Hello, everybody. This is Young Motivators, and welcome to Young Motivators Relationship Panel. This is good. All right, this is gonna be a good day. But before we get into the main topic that we have today, why don't we introduce each other first? Yeah, take a moment to introduce one another. Yes.
Hi, I'm Kate.
Where are you from, Kate?
I'm from Australia. Yeah. Aussie.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Sibu from Zimbabwe. Yeah, currently residing in South Korea.
That's beautiful. You guys, you know us. There's no need to introduce you. Oh, you want to say something?
No matter how famous you can be, you need to introduce yourself. Anyway, my name is Godspar. I live in Korea. I've been here for 7 years, and I'm from Nigeria, and I'm really.
We don't hold that against you.
I'm an amazing person.
Well, it's good to have everybody. Welcome, ladies. It's good to have you. Wow, this is beautiful. Right? Look at that. Oh yeah.
I'm just a special guest.
So this is the new project or new segment that we'll be doing, from now onward, and it's about relationship because we are all young, we are singles, right?
As far are we?
You
All right.
ask people.
Single means you're not married.
Yeah, don't just
All right.
summarize. I mean, ask them.
Okay, JP, are you single?
Yes.
Wait, what was that? Why do you have to think about that?
I'm sure because you asked me. I was expecting him to ask people,
Okay. And yes, and you?
Well, I'm not necessarily single. I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not yet married. Looking
So you're
forward
single.
to getting married.
Okay.
I'm single.
All right. This is good. So it's good. We're gonna have a really real talk today, a deep conversation, and we are all Christians. We believe in God, and we're gonna talk about relationship in Christian perspective. So we're just gonna share ideas and share our thoughts and everything that we have in our mind because this is kind of like sensitive topic in our generation. Like most of the time, people they're not really talking about this inside the church, and as a Christian young people who are single, sometimes we don't even know, like what to do once we are in a relationship and what kind of things we have to do. And there's so much lies, in
I just saw GP side. Just
So yeah. So there's so many, let's say, so many teachings are going on out there right now. If you go on YouTube, you would see so many things, so many opinions about relationship and about dating. But when it comes to Christian perspective in church, there is really nothing about it. It's as if we are avoiding to talk about that. Huh?
It's a sensitive topic.
Sensitive.
And sometimes some people don't say anything because they just don't have anything to say about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, sometimes they want to
Maybe
hide.
they don't want to say something about it as well. Maybe there's not enough. I don't think there's enough information about it as a Christian, in a Christian perspective as well, to be able to approach that topic.
That's beautiful. So are you guys ready to jump into the question? Or just read the question and we just share our ideas? But one thing, we're going to be honest today and you're going to share. It's a real talk. So we're going to be honest because we believe that this video will help a lot of people out there. And as well, ourselves as well. So yeah, we're just going to jump into that. So the question. The question says, it's according to the study that was found on the internet. One American study shows that 68% of single Christians between the age of 18 and 30, that including GP, are having sex. These are singles. So, and our sister Katie, she did a little bit more research about this. You have something to share about this,
So
huh?
I actually found this is an American study. So 68% of Christian singles within the church are having sex, and basically, so I found, I researched more about this because I was like, that's a crazy statistic. I actually found that one. I wanted to make a point of that one because that's the most recent. But the ones that I did find, most of them were around 80%.
80%.
Yeah.
Dang.
Of Christians single Christians living within the church.
In the church, yeah.
A lot of people are just out there. Wow.
I had no idea. Did you guys know?
I didn't know.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, I was very shocked by this statistic.
I don't trust people, but I'm still shocked.
You know, for me, like the culture that we are coming from, it's rare, you know, to see things like that. But right now where we are, it's kind of common. I mean, it's something that I've been seeing all the time. So, but 80%, that's crazy.
That's like only the pastors. Only the pastors are not. Only the leaders are not doing anything. Everybody.
Pastors and worship leaders.
The scary thing is, I wonder what percentage of that is leaders within the church as well.
Wow.
I wonder what percentage of that is actually.
GP, you're a leader too in the church, right? All right. So we jump to the very first question, which says, what are your thoughts on these statistics? Sibu, what do you think? What are your thoughts on these statistics?
I mean, that's really disappointing. Like, the fact that you're actually Christians, and I'm trying to think, like, when I go to church and then I'm meeting all these people who have like all these masks on their faces. They're just covering. They're probably sleeping with their boyfriend or girlfriend the previous night, but they're just covering, right? Like, it's quite disappointing and sad, to say the least. And you know, like, from meeting a lot of friends and just a lot of people, there's this one excuse I hear a lot from people, like Christians in general. They give this excuse like, I need to experience, I need to know how my partner is going to be so that I prepare for marriage. So, like, if we are not compatible, then, like, we are not compatible in bed, then this is not going to be
Not compatible in bed.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Can you clarify that?
Like, if we cannot manage to please ourselves, like, in terms of having sex, then, the physical, then it means that we might end up in divorce. So I need to experience the sexual part first before I get married to that person.
So I actually get a lot of asks from non-Christian people. That's like the one thing, because, you know, it opens up a lot of topic, and that's like the one thing that non-Christian people will ask me, like, about, oh, so you don't have, you know, you're a Christian, you don't have sex before marriage. And it's like, yeah, they're like, that is the thing that they say. Like, what about if they're not compatible after you get married? Like, and it's like, is that a problem? But what is this mindset that the world thinks that you have to know before marriage? Why is that so important, I guess? And like, why is it? But why is it a thing to be worried about? I don't understand why. Before, like, as Christian, we have sex after marriage, right?
Yeah.
Why is it now an issue to do it before marriage? Like, why is it now something that people ask?
I think that's kind of question that GP has to answer.
I'm answering not because I'm doing it, but because I just want to say,
Just clarify.
if putting myself in their position, I would say, you know, we're in an environment where divorce is rampant. Divorce is just around us everywhere. So I guess people actually, it's crazy because people get divorced for that reason. For the reason that this guy cannot satisfy me, or this girl does not satisfy me in bed. And actually, through that also, people actually end up cheating. So I guess that's why they kind of build their mind and their thought around that, oh, I need to test, I need to try before I get married.
Try before you buy.
Exactly, it's like test before you buy. Well, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just trying to, you know, give you their opinion.
I also think, that's a good insight, brother. I also think that, for me personally, I think one of the things that might be very big problem, and when I look at my background or my story, it's actually because we are not talking about these things inside the church. And even this statistic we just found online, but we are not really talking about this inside the church openly. Where I'm coming from, like I knew that this is sin and we're not supposed to do it, but I never knew why we're not supposed to do it. So it was just like, don't do this, don't do this. Where I'm coming from, it was even like almost a sin to have a girlfriend. So throughout my life, I was scared to have a girlfriend. Not even not even holding like hands. I was scared to hold hands because I felt like I was, I was scared to hold hands because I felt like I was committing sin when I hold hands. And if I have a girlfriend, I was feeling like I'm committing sin. It's something that it was not open, and we never knew.
So why was that? Why is that though? Why is it that there's so much, like, I guess, pressure around that in church?
Yeah. I think from where I'm coming from, I think they had to come up with those rules because like it was like a serious problem. Like it was a serious problem that like you will find out almost every single month girls they are pregnant, they get pregnant. And so they had to come up with these rules that, okay, in order to prohibit this from happening, to hinder this from happening, we have to say no, even to dating. Like, you cannot really date. You just need to, like, to propose to someone for the first time that I'm going to marry you. And you cannot be in a relationship for like 2 years or 3 years dating somebody. You cannot. Like, it's just few months, and then later on you announce marriage, and then you get married. But in this kind of mindset, like, it helped somehow. I mean, it helped me when I was there somehow, but at the same time, you don't really know, like, why this is not supposed to do. Yeah. So next time when you find yourself in that situation and you don't know, like, it's very easy to fall.
I think I think you've hit something there as well with, I think we've grown up being told what not to do,
exactly,
but never being told the reason why.
Yeah.
Why we're not supposed to do that, okay?
Also, you said those rules or those regulations were implemented in church to stop what was already happening. Yeah. But then I kind of feel it came up with also another different problem, which is hypocrisy. Yeah. Because right now people do, but they just don't do it in front of you. They just don't, because you're not telling them why they shouldn't do that. You just tell them not to. So of course, they just know, the only thing they know is, I shouldn't do this in front of this guy, but I can do it behind him. And that's why, actually, I went to Kenya last year, and oh my God, everybody is pregnant. Everybody is pregnant. And these are...
I'm sorry for my Kenyan friends. He's from Nigeria, by the way.
Not only Kenya, even high schools. I don't know if you know, like, exactly. My high school mates, they're just getting pregnant. I'm really shocked. I was like, is it like a gift? After you graduate high school, you receive a gift from God. I'm like, I didn't receive my own gift.
Man, how can you get pregnant? You're not a girl.
No, but it's that serious. It's that serious, especially in Africa. Like, actually, it wasn't like that before.
So yeah, what was the change then?
Like when I went back home this time, I was really shocked because it became like a trend. Like, you know, people say this sugar, baby mama and baby daddy stuff. So it became like a trend. Even I kind of feel Africa, we copy from America, but anyway, I don't want to say anything. But
okay, let's jump to another question because all these questions are connected. So the second part is, what are your thoughts on boundaries in dating? Like right now we have been talking about, we have been told not to do it without a reason. Yeah. So I hope in this panel today we'll actually give reasons why we are not supposed to actually have intercourse before marriage. And yeah, most of us, we might be guilty, but like we have to actually specify that why we're not supposed to do that before marriage. But not only that, if you're in a dating relationship with somebody, what are the boundaries? Actually, what are the boundaries for you not to, to cross that line of, having intercourse with somebody and sin against God?
Yeah, I'll say something.
Who's someone who's already in the experience?
We are learning from you.
Yeah, so before I used to be the kind of person who asks, like, how far is too far? And I'm sure there are a lot of you guys who are asking that kind of question, like, how far is too far? But then I realized it's not a matter of asking how far is too far, because when you start asking that, you're already starting to tolerate the idea of being sexually active, not necessarily having sex, but you're already starting to tolerate, like, okay, I can
how far you can stretch the line.
So it's like, okay, I can hug my boyfriend tightly, I can kiss my boyfriend, but I won't go beyond. But it's not a matter of how far is too far, but it's a matter of, you know yourself, you know your body, especially if you have been in those kind of like sexually active relationships before. You know what triggers your blood. You know it so well. So don't expect, what triggers Mika might be different from what triggers GP. So GP cannot go to Mika and ask for advice, like how far is too far, because You're two different beings,
Yeah.
right? So Mika can be okay with kissing his girlfriend and not feeling anything.
That's
But
true.
GP might not even be okay with hugging his girlfriend and not feeling
That's so true. Wow. How did you know that? How did you know that? Did we even handshake?
Yeah, so don't try to get that kind of advice like how far is too far, but know yourself. And when you know yourself, set boundaries.
Okay.
I know that if I kiss my boyfriend so deep, I'm going to feel something, right?
That's you right now.
Yeah.
You're talking about you.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So I won't even begin kissing him to even start with, because I know that
It will lead.
next time is going to be slightly deep. So it's like the boundary is even way before like the limitation. You get it? If you say that it's hugging, okay, well, hugging is kind of too much. But then, like, if you say that kissing will make you feel something, like kissing deeply, like French kissing makes you feel,
Tongue,
yeah,
Okay.
it makes you feel. But like, just this is okay. Then I would say I won't even do this, like just the smooch, because if I set this boundary, then it's like far from the main boundary. So there's nowhere I can ever reach there. Yeah. So stop this whole thing of how far is too far, but study your own body and try to set a boundary that's like way before.
So I have a question about that. What if I never dated before? So I don't know my boundary, and I'm stepping into a dating relationship for the first time.
That's actually good, because if you have never dated, you've never tasted. You don't know what it means to kiss.
And I want to try
You don't know
everything.
No, then you'd rather just stay safe and not try anything, and then just stay and wait for that.
But what if she break up with me?
But then we're living in a society where the pressure, we receive pressure even from peer pressure, right? Try this. It's normal. Try this. So
Yeah, there is pressure, but as a Christian,
Yeah.
Ravi Zacharias was talking about this, like there's an absolute which you stand to. So as a Christian, this is never going to change, right? So if God says this is the truth, He is not going to compromise and say we are living in this day and age where there's peer pressure, so it's kind of okay to do this. There's no compromise. And God's truth is not going to change. It remains the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. So you're talking about how you yourself, know yourself.
Yes.
So, but in a relationship, there's two people. How do boundaries work? What's the communication on that? How do you know your partner and what they want? And how do you say if they're not good at boundaries, but you are, like how do you communicate that? Or you're both not good at boundaries. What happens then?
If you're both not good at boundaries, I think you're not even ready to be in a relationship,
With somebody.
to be honest.
Okay.
You just, because there's just something about relationships which you're just too sexually active. You focus so much on being on the sex part, and now you're no longer focused on growing the relationship, which is the most important thing. So I think if you are at such a point where you cannot set strict boundaries, you date with the intention of getting married, right? So if you cannot do something as simple as, okay, I set this boundary and I'm strict about it, then I don't think you're even ready to be in a relationship to begin with. And if it's okay, a partner is struggling with boundaries, I think you can help each other, especially guys. Guys really struggle a lot. And I believe us as ladies, we should also help. Like, don't allow him to touch you too much. Like, your boundaries are set. You don't have to.
Okay, yes.
But here's my problem with this. Girls want to feel wanted. If guys won't set the boundaries, and it takes a strong woman, I think, to be able to set the boundaries. But if girls want to feel wanted, they're going to let, a lot of the time what you see happen is that girls let the guys go too far. So to me, I think it's two sides. What do you think? Like for you guys, what do you think the bound? Like where is your responsibility? Can you tell me what are your thoughts?
My brother. Do you even have boundaries?
Are you even responsible?
why are you attacking me, man? Stop attacking.